We celebrate the coronation of the Supreme Pontiff as the head of the Kailasa Paramparagata Mahanirvana, ancient spiritual kingdoms dating directly back to Paramashiva himself. Paramashiva, the ultimate divinity, institutionalized the constitution, administration, and protection of these enlightenment ecosystems on the planet by establishing the akhadas, traditions within Hinduism, with his direct disciples and descendants called the Paramashiva Ganas, and the warrior ascetics, the Nagas, from Varanasi, the most ancient living city on planet Earth. Under his divine ordainment, these spiritual, religious, historical, political, economic, and social ecosystems were formally established. Akhadas are the oldest and largest Hindu apex bodies that come together and form the most powerful Hindu sannyas orders in the world. The Naga sadhus of these akhadas are 100 million strong spiritual warriors who live literally as embodiments of Paramashiva. They demonstrate the most massive expression of conscious sovereignty on the planet. These Naga sadhus are the army of Hindu ecosystem that Paramashiva created. They are Paramashiva's very own Sena. After revealing the Agamas, Paramashiva appointed Kapila Mahamuni as the head of the Mahanirvani Akhada, thus establishing the Mahanirvani Peetham. Similarly, he appointed Sri Mahaganapati, his son, as the presiding deity of the Atala Akhada, thus establishing the Atala Peetham. These akhadas are carried forward by a lineage of senior pontiffs, traditionally known as Acharya Mahamandaleshwars. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has been democratically and unanimously elected as the 1008th Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Peetham and the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of Atala Peetham. Let us now offer our worship to the Utsava Vigraha of our beloved Bhagavan, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, in the Leela Alankaram of him as the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Atala Peetha and the Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Peetha.
Hamsabhyam parivritta patra kamalaihi divyir jagatkaranair Vishwotkinamanika deha nilayam swachandamatme chaya Padyotam padashambhavam tu charanam Deepankuragrahinam Pratyakshakshara vigraham Gurupadam Dhyayed vibhum shashvatam.
Dhurvantam dhurvatayosman dhurvatidam dhurvayam vayam dhurvamastvam devanamasitasnitamam apridamam jushtatamam vanhitamam devahootamam utamasi avirdhanam brigum asvamahva mitrasya tvachak श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः धूपमाघ्रापयामि ओम उद्दीप्य स्वजात वेदो निर्तिमः अशोकश्च मह्यमावह जीवनं च दिशो दिशा मानो विगुंसीर्जात वेदो कामस्वं पुरुषं जगते अभिधृतज्ञागहि श्रियामा परिपालय श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः एकहार्ति दीपं संदर्शयामि अथ नैवेद्यम् ॐ मधुवातारदायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माधीर्न सन्तोषधीः मधुरक्तमुतोषधि मधुमत्पार्थिवगुं रजः मधुद्योस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुवागुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माद्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः मधु मधु मधु
श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि।
राजाधिराजाय प्रसंय साहिने नमो वैं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यम् कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः। गौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि।
सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। कर्पूर नीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि, रक्षान् धारयामि। ईशावताराय
अग्निस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय पराशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सर्वभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। योगभट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलम् गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम्। परावतार नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम्। त्वं स्मृतमहं धन्य मम प्राणमहे गङ्गाधरनामेति स्तोत्रस्थानं ददाम्यहम्।
Thank you for joining us for the 17th day celebrations of Nithyanandotsavam. We invite you again for tomorrow's Nithyanandotsavam celebrations. Thank you. Nithyanandam.
आनन्दने नित्यानन्दं 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 नित्यानन्दम्
Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivasamarambam Nithyanandeshwari Paramashaktimadhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all of you sitting with us all over the world with my love, respects, blessings. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. It's the time through your consciousness. Listen. Just sincerely listen. I'll make this as an initiation in you now. I don't have a time to waste. Just give you satsang and then prepare you, then initiate you, then enlighten you. No. Neither want to waste your time nor want to waste my time. I want to make your time and my time best, most productive. Sit now. I'll give you the great truths verbally and powerfully initiate them into your consciousness. Make them as a reality manifest in you now. So sit with a deep sincerity and get a cup of hot chocolate, cup of coffee, tea. Just sit comfortably. If you are comfortable, that's enough. You can even stretch your leg, sit on your couch, or even lie down on your bed. That is all okay. Just be awake and comfortable. Stiram Sukam Asanam. Be stable and comfortable. For me, sitting in this straight, either Ardha Padmasana or Batmasana is the most comfortable. I think Batmasana is always my best. Stiram Sukam for me is my Batmasana. For you, it may be any asana which gives you that Stiram Sukam, means steady, stable. For some people, stretching the leg. For some people, sitting straight. For some people, lying on the bed. Anything is okay. Just and comfortable. I'll make this truth into reality in you. Listen. Understand length, depth, time, space. Modern day scientists are trying to time and space, but ancient Vedic scientists, our more or less as a one. There's no watertight compartment between time and space. So, anyhow, I'll try to explain in your logic, the logic which you understand that way. So, listen. When a breadth dimension manifests, it just swallows the length. Length loses all its qualities when it is taken over by the breadth. I tell you, when I was swallowed by Arunagiri Yogeshwara, I lost all my individual identity and qualities and quantity, everything. Just Paramashiva swallowed me and he became me. And I am happy about it. I welcomed it and I enjoyed it and I am enjoying it even now. And I am so happy I took the decision of offering me to Paramashiva for him to digest me into him. Like how big fish swallows the small fish. Big snakes swallows the small snake. My Guru Paramashiva just swallowed me and digested me into him. Same when breadth manifests, it just swallows the length. When depth manifests, it swallows the breadth and length both. When time manifests, it swallows length, breadth, depth, all three. When space manifests, it swallows time, length, breadth, depth, all four. When consciousness manifests, it swallows all. Length, breadth, depth, time, space, all. You have consciousness which can just swallow the time. You can apply this science very practically in your day-to-day life. You can make it into reality. Anything which you think may happen in future, for example, you are working 8 hours a day. In the same way, if you work, you will make $1 million in 2 years. But if you consciously apply your will persistence, infuse that in your day-to-day activity, the 2-year time will be drastically reduced to 2 months, 2 weeks, sometimes even 2 days. That is what I call power manifestation. And it is not something difficult. Understand? Being empowered, hardwired with consciousness. Without consciousness, your body cannot function. Understand that. If you are able to convert blood into blood, be very clear, you have consciousness. All the mechanisms, spare parts, hardware, software, everything needed for a consciousness to function, manifest itself, if only that is available end to end, the inhaling comes out as exhaling and blood gets converted into blood. If all this is happening in you, even with difficulty, be very clear, you have consciousness. You just need to decide not to have the fear about the struggle and failures. Treat that struggle and failures very cheaply. Don't be afraid of it. Once my guru told me very clearly, Arunagiri Yogeshwara, "Hey, pasi tangal udal shakti, pari tangal mana shakti, bhakti tangal uyir shakti." If I just explain these three statements, it will go for another 3-4 hours. I'll do that. Now, first understand this one thing. Stop being terrorized, frightened about your struggles and failures. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower. You will not empower your depression, frustration. Listen. The power your depression has over you is you thinking how many ever times I try to stop this depression, I am not able to, I am failing, I am again and again falling into this depression. This thought empowers your depression. Pattern you have. Trigger you go through allows trigger to become a lifestyle. You become the serial. If you say, "Oh God, I struggled so many times with my depression. I am not able to keep up. I give up." Will make depression as a lifestyle for you. Stop getting tired. Stop getting bullied by your failures. Yes, till yesterday you failed. Not mean today you are going to fail again. You are going to do it. What is there? Till yesterday I failed. Okay. So today I have a chance. Either I will be successful. So there is nothing to lose. That's all. Look at that from this angle. Your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't go for any other solution. Yesterday, one fellow was trying to describe my Gurukul. Oh, Gurukul means you have to do everything enlightenment focused, nothing practical or violent terrorist fellow. Give this worst description about Gurukul. Not only Gurukul, on enlightenment science, doing everything consciousness, enlightenment centric, which is the most practical. Colors is the most impractical, which even this stupid engineers, instruments get trained in their practical lab with something which they are going to work once they come out of engineering college. And I have seen enough of engineering colleges. Yet, which was there long, long ago, once upon a this so-called Macaulay's education system is the most stupid, outdated, impractical. The Macaulay monster is thoroughly brainwashed. He thinks the enlightenment is most impractical and nothing related to life should be done. Oh God. Good news is that fellow was not in front of me physically. So he says, feeling your life conscious centric, enlightenment centric. The most practical, powerful, real actual life is nothing but justifying your laziness, arrogance, stupidity as a cute part of you. Be ferocious, be practical with yourself. Is life positivity. Is for those who decide to be life positive. Stand. Monica Sulender Nitya Nishkrodananda. Blessings. I read your message. I am with him. I am attending to him. Don't worry. You are already successful, then there is a danger of losing something which you gained through your success. But you already failed, then there is nothing to lose. Have guts, courage. Beggar has nothing to lose. If already you have failed multiple times, then there's nothing to lose. A powerful will persistence for life. Conscious will persistence. Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean all the incompletions, struggles, frustrations, failures, depressions, all negativity and all toxins. Listen. With your life situations, don't avoid, decide to pour conscious solution in every activity, everything you need, knowledge, blessings, energy, all is available. Some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. Not helping you in positive thinking. No. Thinking itself is a shit. What is there in positive thinking? Listen. Triggering your conscience to this time it to be struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Your decision to struggle with the decision to swallow the time, all frustrations, failures, are mind level, thinking level, conscious level. Struggle with the same cheap stupid to struggle with with the same pattern second day. Hey, once you struggled with one pattern, that's okay enough. Why will you do the same? Don't do the same mistake again and again. Even if you decide that much, that's enough. Because you are not that creative to do new mistakes. Not able to creatively find new problems. You are not that creative. I know you. That creative to come up with a new. Listen. Listen carefully. Decide to break even one pattern, one frustration, one failure drastically. 1 million per 2 year, it reduces in 1 million in 2 months. In the angle of money, because only that you understand. Apply this in the angle of health, in the angle of anything, day-to-day life, relationships, career, in every level, business. Decide not to get frustrated about your frustration, not to be failed by your failures, not to be depressed by your depression. Outsmart your repetitive thought currents. Repetitive thought currents are time. Time has nothing to do with chronology. Listen. Only an ordinary worker who gets up, goes to office, morning 8 o'clock. Ordinary worker is bound by the chronological time. 99% of you, at least my devotees, my disciples who are following me, who have become economically independent, self-sufficient, who are boss, your own boss, who made your own life, you all don't live actually in chronological time. You all live in psychological time. Chronological time is used only for 1 or 2 meetings with outsiders, Buloka people. Like this birthdays, Saranka Vidyakaran Malitya Lalatakshananda, birthday blessings. Like this birthday are meeting with the people of the Buloka, planet Earth. For that you may need chronological time. But you don't exist and live in chronological time. See, once you are self-sufficient, you are your own boss, you have your time, your life for yourself. You don't live in chronological time, you live in psychological time. Psychological time is nothing but the rut of mental patterns Somebody asked me, Swamiji, in Ramayana there is a story, Ahalya was cursed to be a stone. Ages. Was she really for millions of years lived as a stone? Listen, if you decide not to break your depression, the millions of years chronological time, you will be in depression. But the moment you decide to break that pattern, you just swallow the whole millions of years and wake up now. The feet of Sri Ram, joy, life positivity, clarity, love in her. He just decided to get out of the depression state. And this I'll give you just 2-3 minutes. Take a paper and pen and try to pen down what is the list from your birth. Now, if you open your eyes, who are the enemies you are seeing in front of your eyes other than your spouse? Other than your spouse, you will be seeing some enemies in front of you. The internal enemies. Initiate you. Demolish concept of time through your consciousness. Just collapse the time and swallow it inside. You are empowered conscious. Don't decide to fast forward life.
மலைமகள் பார்வதி மனம் கவர் மகேசன் காவியுடை ஆலவாயே சனவன் யோகியரின் ரூபமாய் வந்த நித்யானந்தமே ஆலவாயே சனவன் யோகியரின் ரூபமாய் வந்த நித்யானந்தமே சரி சதா தத்த சத பத பக சரி கபத சா சரி சத தத்த சத பத பத சரி கபத சா கரி கரி சரி சரி சத கபத சகரி ரி சரி சத 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 பசரி கபத சா சகரி பகத பசதரி சகரி
Listen, I'm repeating. Decide, bulldoze your laziness. Ferocious with your self-depressing, self-detaining doubts and patterns. Load yourself with more commitment, more responsibility, more activism. Bulldoze your laziness and commit. Tomorrow onwards, I'm going to do the yoga. And after 1 week, if you feel nothing wrong, don't worry. Again, I'll come to satsang and scream at you and force you to do the yoga. See, as long as you have me as your guru, as long as the kantamala is there in your neck, don't worry. What I will do, I don't know, but I'll get you enlightened. I'll make you manifest Paramashivatva. Only if you remove that, then after that, it's your life. As long as you have that, your commitment to me, I know what to do with you. I can outsmart all your patterns because I have outsmarted all my patterns. I can easily outsmart your patterns. Understand? Don't worry about, oh, today if I commit more to do exact yoga, puja, and whole day to be active. After 1 week, again, I'll feel loaded, I'll fail, and I'll fall into frustration, more worry, more struggle, more depression of failure. Oh, the same rat. No, don't worry. After 1 week, I will come and scream at you. Satsang is nothing but screaming at you very politely. That's all. Don't worry. It's a public platform. I cannot loudly scream. But when you hear inside you, the inner guru, oh, he will scream at you deeply. Don't worry. The voice only which you and me hear, that will be different. The voice which everyone hears along with you will be very socially polite, politically polite. Inside you, I am sitting inside your Anandagandha. The voice which only you and me can hear, that will be different. Don't worry. As long as you have your guru, I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Don't worry about tomorrow, day after tomorrow, failure, collapsing. All this is in front of me. I will swallow it and finish it off. I'm telling you, I myself broke one pattern at a time. That is the way I evolved. Then breaking the pattern becomes pattern after 2-3 successes. That made me break 100 patterns a day. Then that gave me the courage and made me break 1,000 patterns a day. And finally, one day I broke everything, whole length, breadth, depth, time, space, everything, and swallowed everything into consciousness, and superconscious swallowed the consciousness also. All. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. Don't think if I jump today too much height, try to fly, I may fall after a week. It's okay. I'll be there as a net to protect you. And I am there all the time. After 2 days, again I'll raise you. Don't worry. For one more satsang and sit and scream at you like this. I'm like an old man sitting on that veranda outside the house, swallowing the betel leaf and nut and terrorizing every fellow who walks around here and there, who falls in my eyes. Every house will have like this one old grandfather who will be sitting, swallowing, chewing the betel leaf and betel nut. Anyone falls in their eyes, that day they are gone. He will bring their whole jatakam and up and make him up. Like that kind of an old person. Be continuously reminding you, don't worry. Till you become enlightened. I won't rest. Till you become Paramashiva. I won't rest. Don't worry at all. Ramesh Ramani birthday blessings. With all the auspiciousness, you will be with me, I will be with you. Blessings. When I am giving you these great truths, don't think I am trying to teach you life positivity. I am giving a pep talk. No, I am giving you conscious initiation. Learn this truth, what I am talking, from the level of consciousness, from the perspective of consciousness, from the perspective of enlightenment. Only then when you do yoga, it will lead to enlightenment. Only then when you do puja, it will lead to enlightenment. You can do yoga just for health also. Who wants just health? Just health is not the goal. Health for enlightenment, health from enlightenment, health to manifest and radiate enlightenment, health to manifest superconsciousness. That is what we want. Understand? Enlightenment centric health, enlightenment centric wealth, enlightenment centric relationships, enlightenment centric career, enlightenment centric power manifestation, enlightenment centric everything in and around you. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. With today's initiation, I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. I'll empower your consciousness to swallow time. Time is nothing but a cheap struggle with the same cheap patterns. You know, you get constipated with certain food, but you eat the same shit. That's what I call getting stuck in time, in the level of health. breaking from that liberating yourself saves time. I tell you, you save time by reducing the wastage of time in your life. Pattern of one roga, one disease, Paramashiva will break the pattern of Bhava Roga, the disease of birth and death for you. See, this Nitya Yoga, Nitya Puja and all for this purpose only. Breaking the laziness, ferociously. See, when you do Nitya Puja, you have to sit with yourself and Paramashiva. So naturally you have to break all frustration. Any frustration you have, it will finally land on Paramashiva only. Any doubt you have, it will finally land on Guru only. If you have a self-doubt, you will have a Guru doubt. Naturally, if you have a Guru doubt, you will have a Paramashiva doubt. You will doubt Paramashiva. When you sit for puja, all this will trigger in you. And you have to ferociously break that to sit for puja. So if you decide to sit for puja every day, all this rut, self-doubt, Guru doubt, Paramashiva doubt, all this will become irrelevant. And after 3-4 days, the doubts will feel so shy and doubtful about themselves. They will leave you, oh, this fellow, nothing can be done with this fellow. How much ever we bully him, he all the time goes with his Guru. They may even go away to your mother-in-law. They may go away towards your enemies. You will be free. So understand. Swallow the time. Swallow the time by breaking if you have the laziness to do yoga, break it now. After the satsang, do 108 Surya Namaskar. By 30, 40, you may lie down. That is okay. Tomorrow I'll come and terrorize you and make you do 50. Day after tomorrow I'll come and terrorize you, whether through satsang or from inside, and make you do 108 Surya Namaskar. I tell you, you will see power. When you see the result, enlightenment becomes addictive. The moment I trigger the result in you, enlightenment becomes addictive. Power manifestation becomes addictive. Paramashiva becomes addictive. That is what my Guru has done in me, done to me. Arunagiri Yogeshwara, he showed the results and then he became addictive for me. I tell you, the patterns with which you struggle gets documented in your kidney, in your intestine. When you break the patterns, again that freedom gets documented in your kidney and in your intestine. Even they start supporting you. When you break the pattern of worrying, your digestion will suddenly improve. The detox happening in your body will suddenly improve. Somebody is asking the question, oh, Surya Namaskar has to be done only in Brahma Muhurta. Should I wait till the Brahma Muhurta comes, or can we do it in any day? உன் லைஃப்ல சாந்தி முகூர்த்தம் வர வரைக்கும் நீ எதுக்காகவாது வெயிட் பண்ணியிருந்தீங்கன்னா பிரம்ம முகூர்த்தம் வர வரைக்கும் யோகா பண்றதுக்கு வெயிட் பண்ணு. மற்றதுக்கெல்லாம் சாந்தி முகூர்த்தம் வர வரைக்கும் வெயிட் பண்ணலன்னா அப்புறம் சூரிய நமஸ்காரத்துக்கு மட்டும் எதுக்குடா பிரம்ம முகூர்த்தம் வர வரைக்கும் வெயிட் பண்ணுவீங்க? இதை விட நேரடியா எப்படா சொல்ல முடியும்? நல்ல வேலைங்களுக்கெல்லாம் மட்டும் முகூர்த்தம் பார்ப்பானுங்களாம். இவனுங்களுக்கு தேவையானதுக்கெல்லாம் அப்படியே முகூர்த்தம் வர வரைக்கும் வெயிட் பண்றானுங்களா? லூசாடா. நல்ல வேலைங்கன்னா மட்டும் உடனே என்ன பண்ணுவானுங்க? முகூர்த்தம், சுப முகூர்த்தம், அந்த முகூர்த்தம், இந்த முகூர்த்தம். மற்றதுக்கெல்லாம் மட்டும் என்ன சாந்தி முகூர்த்தம் டைம் வர வரைக்கும் வெயிட் பண்ணீங்களா? வேணுங்கிறதுக்கெல்லாம் முகூர்த்தம் வர வரைக்கும் வெயிட் பண்றது கிடையாது, மூடு வந்தோடனே முடிக்கிறது. நல்ல வேலைன்னா மட்டும் முகூர்த்தம் வரட்டும், இந்த முகூர்த்தம் வரட்டும், பிரம்ம முகூர்த்தம் வரட்டும், விஷ்ணு முகூர்த்தம் வரட்டும், சுப முகூர்த்தம் வரட்டும் அப்படிங்கிறது. லூஸ் பசங்களா. இதுகளெல்லாம் என்ன பண்றது? சரி, மட்டும் தமிழ்ல திட்டினாதான் மனசு ஆறுது. உணர்வுல இருந்து பெரிய பெரிய பிலாசபி, all the spiritual principles and all, I feel satisfied by revealing in English. But the screaming, I feel satisfied only if I scream in Tamil. Like I poured my heart out as it is, raw, straight, unedited. So the person who put the question, you get my answer translated. That cannot be translated also. But I said, you try to understand the meaning on your own somehow. I tell you, I am brought up by very powerful gurus, most beautiful gurus who took my life as their life. See, actually, I am not a first generation success. I am almost like a third, fourth generation success. 3-4 generations before, the vision, ambition, my guru, Paramaguru, Paramartha Guru, they cherished My Paramartha Guru poured all his ambition, vision intensely into my Paramaguru. And my Paramaguru poured all his tapas, energy, intention, intensity into my Guru. And my Gurus have poured all their intention, energy, power, tapas, ferociousness, everything into me. I am that intense manifestation. That is why within the 44 years, so much has manifested through me. Understand? Only yesterday we realized, when we organized, till now, I think when I was 12 or 13, I started writing books. Means like whatever I hear from my gurus, I started noting down and in an organized way. And the earliest book written by me, my own handwriting, we are able to retrieve is maybe when I was 13 or 14. My teachings from my gurus. What I received from my gurus, I decided to pen down in my own way for myself. My teachings for myself, which I received from my gurus. Whatever I received from my gurus, how I need to apply it in my life, I started penning down. That is the earliest book available, written by my own hand, and the mantras I received from my gurus and the received from my gurus. From that time till now, all I have written, spoken, we have compiled and come up as books. You guys will be shocked. We have 3 full hard disks. Only one hard disk contains 1,100 books with ISBN number. Means already published, revealed to the world, and people are reading it, either hard copy or soft copy, digitally, some form. And we have 2 more hard disks untouched. Means it has become a book, but not yet published with ISBN number. We are going to get the ISBN number and upload them as books. So much has been done in just 44 years because I had amazing gurus who were absolutely ferocious with me. They were very clear. They said, no question of do or die. If you die, who will do? No. No question of dying also. Just do. After that, what happens is different. Do is the only option. The intensity of 3-4 generations of my gurus poured into me made all this manifest. And I had an amazing ecosystem of gurus. It's not just one guru. Please understand. I had a beautiful guru parampara. It's like a university. I learned Agama and Shaiva Siddhanta from Muduberum Bulavar Vidwan Panduranganar, Yoga from Yoganandapuri, the science of Aushada from Narayana Swami, Nirahara Samyama, and the science of Nirahara from Mauna Swami, the science of Advaita Vedanta from Isakki Swami, and experiential Suddhadvaita from Annamalai Swami, Tantra from Mataji Vibhudanandapuri, an amazing ecosystem. They literally did all the tapas in my body. And I will do the same for you all. As long as you are my disciple, you come and sit for the satsang, that's enough. I know what to do. I am a guy who makes it happen. No question of reasons. I always tell valid reasons for your failure does make success. Valid reasons for not doing is not equivalent to getting it done, making it happen. Make it happen. Shock everyone by making it happen. That's my life. Last 44 years. This is the statement I can make comfortably about me. Shock everyone, surprise everyone by making it happen. Surprise the people who love you. Shock the people who hate you. But both by making it happen. By surprise or shock, it's always by making it happen. If I start, I will start 10,000 so that at least 100 will be successful. I won't even bother. Oh, I started 10, one became successful. Let me start 10,000 and at least 1,000 will be successful. Even if it's 100 is successful, it's okay. Let me start 10,000. Unending excitement, enthusiasm, power, consciousness, life positivity swallows the dimensions and makes you manifest Ishva. Manifest Ishwaratva. Life is all about manifesting Paramashvatva. Don't waste time in going through the same rut and not deciding. In every level I am talking. I was so busy last 3 years, intensely working with a large team, almost 100 team worked for me to get these embassies, diplomatic relationships, home country agreements and sister city agreements and reaching out to multiple people and lobbying, getting the sovereign land for Kailasa, the autonomous lands and everything. Now we have a time to breathe. Because we have everything needed to stitch ourselves as a nation, present ourselves as a nation, and offer it to the world. It's now sailing, smooth sailing. Then immediately the next thing I announced, let's have Paramashivoham. That's it. Paramashivoham level 2, that's it. Sorry, Paramashivoham level 3, that's it. Let's start our work. We did not have the programs directly conducted by me from morning till night, the whole day programs. Just because I was too engrossed in meetings. You don't know how many country foreign affairs ministers, internal affairs ministers, home ministers, prime ministers, presidents we met and had sessions, calls. Pah. With grace of Paramashiva, directly Paramashiva's blessings, we are successful now. Now it is time we start the spiritual work again. Focus more on the spiritual work. Program starts, Darshan starts. Soon, physical Darshans will start. No question of relaxation should not be given the status of celebration after success. More work is the celebration after each success. If you are successful, celebrate your success with more work. More work is the festival. After every festival, if the Utsava is successful, make the Utsava into Nithyotsava to make life a celebration and festival. My boys know this. My girls, my boys, they know it. If you make one Brahmotsava successful, it is going to become Nithyotsava. That's what his life is all about. Celebrate the success with more work. Celebrate the conclusion of one festival with next festival. Celebrate the Brahmotsava, conclusion of the Brahmotsava with Nithyotsava. Now even our branches are empowered. The branch Kailasas all over the world are fully empowered to run Brahmotsavams and Nithyotsavams. Gauri, yes, is messaging. I wish to have your physical darshan with family. The first batch which will receive physical darshan will be people who stood by me throughout this struggling period. During this period, whoever stood by me, those people will have the first darshan and they have the first right over the Kailasa. Like a founding fathers, all the SJP Ejamans and SJP Kartas and SJP manifestors and people who shared their time volunteering, who stood by me, being Adinavasis during this crisis, stood with their commitment to me during this turbulent period, all of them will have the first right over the Kailasa. Anyone relevant to my life, I keep every detail about that person inside me. People who are not relevant to my life, I don't even remember them. So be very clear. Shivam level 3 is going to be more revival of the whole thing. Whatever I shared till now, condensing the whole thing and reviving it as experience. Starting from completion, unclutching, power manifestation, vertical time zone, states of consciousness, signs of consciousness, and the planes, multiple planes, everything. Gauri S is asking, I'm so happy you called my name. Please give name for my baby girl. If you are ready to give your girl to my Gurukul, I will give you name. My demands are straight. If you don't want, you keep your girl and give one more birth. Gurukul, whoever you want to give it to Gurukul, for that girl I will give name. That time maybe as a bonus I will give a name for this girl also. To a boy or a girl, or bring them up till the age of 7 and send them to Gurukul. Or inspire and enrich, at least make 10 people to live enlightenment, to practice Hinduism. Some way be active, alive. If you want to keep your girl, you name it. If you want to send that girl to Gurukul, then tell me, I'll name it. With whom they are going to grow, based on that, I'll give the name. Till you can. Even if it is 10 kids, nothing wrong. Keep 3 or 4 for you to take care of you and your family lineage. Send all the remaining 7, 8 to Gurukul. I'll bring them up and they will be part of this Paramashiva Sena, the Paramashiva's mission. I assure you, I'll give them the best. That's all. Gauri S is committing, she will do. That's good. So when you send one baby to Gurukul, I'll give name for both babies. Put your original photo as a file picture. Why are you just using G? I'll keep your face in my memory and ask you whenever I see, hey, the baby. Time you experience is just a mixture of your tiredness, laziness, repetitive stupidity. Tiredness, laziness, repetitive stupidity. Swallow it with your. I empower you. I'll swallow it for you. Clean it up. The fresh Satya Sankalpas. Form a new life. Your decision to do yoga and puja, temple volunteering, or your business, your work, your career, your health, your career, in everything. Take the load and be active and make powerful decisions, even if it looks little impractical, as if you lived your whole life impractical in the direction of life positivity is okay. Get up and you will learn the habit of trying again and again. And proceed. Progress. The essence of today's satsang. As living consciousness, swallow the time. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by swallowing your laziness, tiredness, frustration, stupidity, boredom, by being ferocious with yourself without blaming the external situations and others. Be a conscious woman or man, conscious being. Living manifestation of Paramashiva. I trigger this as an initiation in all of you. Consciousness, super consciousness, manifest in all of us. Manifest. Manifest fully the unmanifest of Paramashivatva. Paramashiva manifest. Parameshwara manifest in all of us. Om. 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 Om.
இருக்கிற நாள் எல்லாம் வளமாக வாழணும், இருக்கிற நாள் எல்லாம் நமக்காக மாத்தணும். அதுக்கு இப்போது நாம் என்ன செய்யணும்? நித்யானந்தரின் சொல் கேட்டு நடக்கணும். மனிதராய் பிறந்த நம்ம எல்லாம்
Om. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Paramadvaitam, Shuddhadvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa, Maha Kailasa, Paramashiva. Shivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
வந்துருச்சு கைலாசம் தான், நமக்கு தந்துருச்சு சிவவாசம் தான். வந்துருச்சு கைலாசம் தான், தந்துருச்சு
गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावात् गुरुं तं नमामि. Let's go through the disclaimers. Measures: no photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions: please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want.
Beautifully, Bhagwan explains what is power manifestation. Everything deciding as you want, everything happening as you want, becoming the kalpatru of your life. And how Bhagwan beautifully said, bringing the time as your physical reality as you want, when you want. It's a science because millions have experienced that, and each one of us can experience that. Science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. The pramanas give us the cognitive shift from what we understand the mind, the logical thinking that Bhagwan says, to how we can experience the consciousness, the enlightenment as our reality. The Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures as Vedas and Agamas. Apta Pramana, the experience and the results of Aptas. Aptas are the Rishis, Manis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvar, Siddhas, Yoginis, Rudrakanyas, Rudras, all of them manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation. Bhagavan plays the Leela to showcase how in this world, how the manifestation can happen from the cognitive shift. And whatever your Guru gives you as the cognitive shift and solves you and make you manifest all the reality. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of the millions of disciple, devotees, followers initiated by Bhagavan into the science of our manifestation. And whatever you want, all your desires, outside, inside, getting fulfilled when you are in oneness with Paramashiva, when you are ready to let go and swallowed by the time, simply all that Paramashiva is going to manifest through you is phenomenal. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in enlightened state. By doing the power manifestation, what happens in your brain in physical reality is clearly documented in Avatar Shastra. How your brain goes into the thoughtless space and how your prefrontal cortex becomes more and more vibrant, that you start understanding the higher science, the matured cognition, doing the discoveries, invention, abundance, bliss, going beyond the time, space, and understanding the greater science of how you exist as Paramashiva, as reality. Beautifully, Bhagavan has given a step-by-step understanding how we can go beyond the time and space and to experience consciousness is the most powerful space as reality. For the power of mind reading, identifying a person's likes and dislikes, the source scriptures is from the Shiva Sutra. So Shiva Sutra 1.15.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of mind reading is taken from the Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.15. Hridaye chitta samghatad drishyaswapadarsanam. Hridaye chitta samghatad drishyaswapadarsanam.
Bhagavan Paramashiva says beautifully in this sutra, when the individual mind is united to the core consciousness, every observable or objective phenomena and even the absence of very objective phenomena is directly experienced as a form of consciousness and appears in its existential reality as it is. Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully gives us the greater science, how time and space dissolves you and makes you understand the higher science, higher reality as the higher existential, how you exist. Bhagavan beautifully gives us how when you're dissolved by the time, you can experience the higher time zones, the vertical time zones. Vertical time zones, Bhagavan says, is not something outside, out there, but it's more subtler and subtler going inside the atoms, the molecules, how you understand the deeper reality. Like when he says, when you are dreaming, in the dream, you do not have any time. You're dissolved. In the deep sleep, even the space, time, length, breadth, depth, everything is dissolved. You are absorbed into the Kala, where you have no seen, no seer, no seeing. You are just frequency, and you enjoy that as the ultimate. Because everyone, including the plants, animals, everything enjoys the maximum. What you understand, and then you go into the dream. Bhagavan calls it dream enlightenment. In the dream enlightenment, you experience beyond time. It's just happenings that you see, and you are the one who's experiencing somebody who's dead coming into your dream, or you being a child and your son is older than you taking you to the school. All the possibilities exist because you're beyond time, and everything is generated by you. Even though others are sleeping, you see them in your dream as your reality. And Bhagavan says, when you wake up, this is waking enlightenment. You can experience the same beyond time, beyond space, and everything when you understand the greater reality, who you are. If you remove the bunch of identity, which are the screen is made of just bunch of identities. When you remove that and surrender to the Guru, and simply you will raise into the space of oneness with Paramashiva, where he manifests through you as the ultimate reality. When Arjuna asked Krishna, how can I shoot down all the people who are my teachers, who are my gurus, who are my all the great people of the warrior who taught me the science? How can I do it? And Krishna said, where are you doing anything? Where are you? You don't even exist. Whatever the dharma needs to happen, I have already done it. You can simply pose and you can get the whole credit. But the very essence of what needs to be done is already taken care. And when Krishna showed the Vishwarupa Darshana, he understood he is dissolved in Krishna. Where is Arjuna, who is even fighting, asking these questions? When you dissolve into Paramashiva, you don't have to worry about the time and what needs to be done and how correct it is, what needs happen. He simply manifests one by one as your physical reality when it has to happen, what it has to happen, how quickly you can just manifest your reality. Simply at the very moment you can experience the ultimate, and you can experience all the great signs when you understand you are not bound by the time and space. You are even now consciousness. Bhagavan says, if you can make the food into blood, you are consciousness. Because logically you are not planning to do that, and still there is no physical reality where they can make food into blood. So there is something more than what we understand as consciousness, which is manifesting in our body right now. If that can do that food into blood, it can also bring the food into the plate. Bhagavan says all this greater science starts happening when you understand the higher reality. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa told Swami Vivekananda to read Ashtavakra Gita. And that time Swami Vivekananda was new to that whole thing, and he said, why should I read it? And it doesn't make sense. How can the pot, water, and me all become same? We are individual. And simply by the touch of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa on Vivekananda, he lost time, he lost space, he experienced the oneness of the reality. He could not differentiate the food he ate and the action and him. Everything were quantum, everything was happening as molecular structure, how he was a frequency and vibrating. He went to the extent of taking his body and hitting on the walls in the pillars of the Devi temple to see whether he physically exists. And he understood something beyond what he understood as a physical reality also exists beyond the time and space. And he understood what Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says about what is the ultimate. When he asked, Swami Vivekananda asked Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, have you seen God? He said, I can see him more real than you. And Bhagavan is more real in Kailash Courtyard than all of us. And when somebody asks Swami Vivekananda, have you seen God? And beautifully he says, only through God I can even see you. The whole existential reality is we are consciousness, and from that we are molding as what we understand as all this time, space, length, breadth, depth. But we exist beyond that as consciousness. Consciousness is so powerful. When you start looking in, it just sucks you and manifests as reality. Like how you sit on cycle or go swimming, Bhagavan says, you simply click with it and start balancing it and start driving it. You don't know till then how does it happen. You see somebody, it happens, and you know it can be possibility in you, and suddenly it clicks with you. Same thing Bhagavan says, even as a simple anger can just pull you, suck you into that and make you so incomplete. The fifth force, which is stronger than the nuclear force, even a glimpse of that, if you give little space for it to see a peek into you, it'll suck you into the ultimate reality, making you manifest all the desires, all the powers as physical reality and beyond time and space, what you are thinking into the reality right now. Bhagavan beautifully gives us the Apta Pramana of Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya, one of the greatest enlightened master who happened on the planet Earth, he promised his mother to give beautiful what she likes as a physical reality. And she asked the mother in her last moment, he prayed to Lord Narayana, and his mother was able to see Narayana in Vaikunta Loka during the last moment. That was her last wish, and just he was able to see that and make her experience to give her that Parandama as the ultimate. She wants to just merge into Parandama, and Adi Shankara was able to do that. This is the from the autobiography of Adi Shankara on the website. It is clearly given how the mother experienced the ultimate bliss and ultimate oneness beyond what we can think of. Where is Vaikunda? Can she see that? And Narayana is there. Bhagavan says they are more real, more alive than what we see ourselves, even our body. They are more real. It's like we are dreaming. In the dream, we are seeing our body. That's why it is so disconnected. But when we wake up, we can see things much more clear, because we will be consciousness. Through the consciousness, we see this body. It will also be more alive. Paramashiva has beautifully spoken in Atma Pramana.
And there is a beautiful story in saint named Kannappar. It's a very beautiful story. That saint, he sees a Shivalinga in a place called Kalahasti in Andhra Pradesh, and he just falls in love with the deity. He's just in love with the deity, with Shiva. And the story says Shiva wanted to test his devotion, and in the Shivalinga the eye was carved. From that eye the blood started oozing out. This Kannappar tried all the herbal medicines and everything to heal the eyes. Nothing worked out. He's a hunter, so he knows only one method. Eye for eye will heal the eye. So he just removes his own eye and replaces it in the place of Shiva's eye. The story says the first eye bleeding stopped, and immediately within a few minutes the next eye started bleeding, and he is not bothered. He was ready to give even the second eye. But before taking his second eye, he suddenly remembered, if I take my second eye, I'll become blind. How will I find out where to fix the eye? Where the Shiva's eye is there. So he puts his leg on the second eye of Shiva as a mark. Then he removes his second eye to fix on the Shiva's eye. At that moment, Shiva appears and gives darshan and gives him enlightenment, and Shiva Padavi, Shiva Sayujya, we call it, means becoming one with Shiva. Very beautiful story. The love became meditation. That love for Shiva, whole day he was living in meditation. That is why he just feels, what can I give, what can I give, what can I give? I can understand that Kannappar's feeling, because I went through that same feeling with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. It was such a strong experience. The deep love simply becomes meditation, and real meditation just becomes love in you.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explains how the deep meditation can become love, and love becomes deep meditation. Again and again, Bhagavan Paramashiva clearly shows us how this higher science can become our reality. And by manifesting powers, again and again, Bhagavan says, power manifestation is tapas. When you are in the oneness with Paramashiva and you bring that to the physical reality, you can simply understand all that you have as your logical thinking is just collapsing. And Bhagavan says it is a poking holes in your self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred. All your logics just crumble away because the consciousness starts manifesting as physical reality. And power manifestation is nothing but you experiencing the higher energy source which are available. Like if you want to explain to a child, you drop a coin and say this is a gravitational force. Dropping a coin is so simple, but you make them understand a huge force of gravitational force. Same way Bhagavan gives us these simple workshops to understand the ultimate and staying and being here more present than all of us to make sure each one of us manifest in physical reality all this greater science. Today you can write down all your partner names and you can write down what they like and dislike. For example, you already know a person and you know what he likes. Don't write for that person. Write for the person's child or boss or spouse and ask your friend if that is correct. And simply you can manifest like how they like the Ishtadevata, how they like the manifesting different powers, what do they like their spouse, their kids, what exactly they like. You can see through the third eye and write it down. Whatever Paramashiva shows, just write it down. And all this great science reveals the greater truth that beyond time and space there exists something as consciousness. And when you're sucked into that space, which is the physical reality, even now you're going through how you breathe and how the whole microcosm is functioning because of the beyond time and space. If we are asked to breathe 24/7, 365 days, we would have taken so much of leave. But it happens beyond that because there is no struggle. We know that consciousness is there and that is eternally there and it is going to breathe eternally. So we are so relaxed. We don't sit and worry. We don't have incompletion or anything. We know that breathing will happen. Same way when you understand Paramashiva will happen, all that removes the self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred, and simply 24/7, 365 days, he is waiting to manifest to be with all that she likes and ready to feed her. The same way Bhagavan is waiting, how can I make him manifest the powers to show, hey, I am real in you and I am Shiva says when you love and surrender, like how Kanappa, it's not that he worked so hard for his whole growth of spirituality and then became a great Mahatma pulling his eyes down. No, it is Shiva. One day he just saw there was a stone and the stone was pulling him. Understand, the stone was pulling him. The stone was Shivalinga. And that within 1 week, the scripture says, within 1 week, he was able to pluck his eyes and give. That's because it is not the Kanappanana's effort. It is Paramashiva's Leela which just manifested when Kanappa was in deep love, the first love he had, and he surrendered his identity. Nothing beyond that happened. Same way when Adi Shankara, Sanatana Maharaj come here, it is not his effort that he saw the lotus appearing and put his foot. After he came and Adi Shankaracharya says, oh, look back what you have done. And then he looks back like a dream. He sees the lotus there and he has walked on the water. It is the Leela which the Guru manifests in you as reality when you surrender all your questions, all your thinking, all that you are asking. You're asking, you're thinking, your conclusions, everything is a screen. When you drop that screen, you see Paramashiva as your reality. So let's manifest this beautiful power of manifesting the mind reading. in complete surrender of entities that we carry as a mother, as a student, as a teacher, as a professional, as a spouse, anything we carry, drop everything as Bhagwan's lotus feet. Be only Paramashiva as my identity. Other than Paramashiva, I am nothing. Hold that beautiful space of oneness and earn for that space. Sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Put away your gadget. Collectively, all of us, all over the world, hundreds of us, holding that beautiful space. And just now we have got the initiation, love, compassion, everything. Just hold that every word again and again, just going inside you, and you holding that in your third eye in a deep listen. Completely unclutch from everything. How you go into the sleep? You don't bother about anything. You don't want even your cell phone during the sleep. You drop everything. You are into the deep sleep. You keep only thinking. You can't directly enter. Same way, Mahavakya is the place where we can get into the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And Mahavakya, like Bhagavan says, a stone becomes a deity. Same way, when you start chanting mantra, you're getting deified. The word can become deity. And mantra is the ultimate of words. How you see a wood as furniture or a stone as deity, the word can become mantra when Guru initiates it. And simply that can transform you into the physical reality, into consciousness. By chanting, you have to chant from your navel center, deeply listening to that and manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, entangling with Bhagavan in the oneness space. Let's start. And whatever appears, just understand it is the prasada. You don't look for the words, just write down the names, and whatever appears, keep writing down. And at the end of the session, we will share the detail with the partner and verify. Right now, don't bother about anything, just surrender everything. And how does it help me in the outer world? Whatever completion happens, it also triggers all the completion in all the things that we do. It's not like only one thing, it reflects. When you change your face completely in every mirror, you will be having a different face. So same thing, you will see the difference in everything when you understand Paramashiva as reality. Now let's start chanting the Mahavakya intensely with a deep listening, manifesting the power of mind reading.
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Shivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
So beautiful. Whatever you have got as prasada that you have written down, please verify with your partner if those likes and dislikes of the person that you have written. You can call up your partner and ask if it is all right at the end of the session. Now you can write few more names that you can scan. All these greater signs again and again given to us to make us understand Paramashiva is waiting to manifest in each one of us more real, more alive, and more as happening. He has come down to celebrate himself, how the sun is ready to manifest itself everywhere. The sunlight is the reason why we see the clouds, why we see the dent in the moon. Even the shadow is because correct the light so that the shadow doesn't form, the shadow disappears. The same way, when we are in oneness with Paramashiva, when we understand everything that we are doing itself is Paramashiva's blessing and Paramashiva's grace. And if we start looking in the quantum space, who you are beyond the length, breadth, depth, as consciousness, as time and space, you understand that you are something more than what you exist as the physical reality. You are quantum. You are the frequency. You are the energy which cosmos is waiting to manifest through you as a physical reality of all your desires and more what you come down and what all needs to be happening through you as the ultimate reality. And it's not just the simple realities that you're looking for, but the ultimate reality. All it takes is surrender our identities, the clutching of the emotion, feelings, and all that confusion that we are constantly having question about. Whatever mind narrates, mind is a processor. It will narrate and give us detail, but it itself cannot experience. You cannot work on the mind. Bhagavan says, work on your body and more detox body. Bhagavan says the herbs that he gave, the Karslangani, Ponnangani, and Thuduvale, simply will put you into the restful awareness because the parasites are not there, which is causing all the thoughts, which is causing, giving you all the narrative, which is not there. You can be simply in the restful awareness and you can experience the higher reality. And Bhagavan says his body was trained like how a lightning falls. You cannot just hold it in a capacitor to hold that. Same way, once you understand is fifth force, it's so powerful. You need your body to be ready to experience that higher realities because you're going to lose your identities as length, breadth, depth, and your nervous system to be ready with the happening through you. And that only requires from our side is unclutching again and again to see the higher space who we are as frequency, as energy, losing the length, breadth, depth. Nothing is lost. When we wake up, we don't lose the things that we saw in the dream. Rather, we understand the greater science, who we are. To the space, Paramashiva is real. He is more alive. He is waiting to manifest through me. All I need to do is chant the Mahavakya, enjoy Paramashiva, deep love and deep surrender, powerfully sit as 50. The whole science is how you sit with the space of Brahmanya Bahuputratam. And you are Paramashiva as your physical reality. More and more you understand that you are Paramashiva, you start manifesting this greater science. So one more cycle we'll have, few more minutes, put away your gadgets, sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line, and sit with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands. Powerful, you are Paramashiva. And just be in the space of oneness with deep love and gratitude and ready to disappear, dissolve into Paramashiva. How Bhagavan says, he dissolved into Arunagiri Yogeshwara and he just keeps manifesting all the greatest thing. It is a side effect. If Kailash is a side effect, all the work he is doing is a side effect, then what space is he in? And how work becomes so easy for him because it manifests as reality. Simply all we need to do is reside in Paramashiva as our physical reality, dropping everything and just enjoying the state of chanting the Mahavakya with a deep listening and dissolving into Paramashiva space. Let's have one more cycle. And whatever appears, keep writing down. Don't have again self-doubt. No engagement of thoughts. Be only in the space of Maunamani. Only the space I am having appointment with Paramashiva. I will only chant Paramashiva and enjoy Paramashiva. No other words inside me. Just hold only the powerful cognitions that you have and chant the Mahavakya from your navel center. And with a deep listening, experience the oneness with Paramashiva.
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Beautiful. Whatever you have experienced in this 45-50 minutes of manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, just like that, the time just flew. And experiencing such a oneness space, it looks like few seconds. What Paramashiva is manifesting time in each of us, beyond time and space, in each one of us as physical reality, can be experienced right now itself. Share these powerful cognition, power manifestation, initiation, whatever experience you have in the social media, in your social media, your Instagram, your Facebook, and tag it to your friends and family, or you can post it in tinyurl.com/power manifestation. You can verify all the details and you can share all these great signs. Bhagavan beautifully says, it is not that he's asking you to do some social media work of liking, sharing, viewing, commenting. Why would Paramashiva ask us to do? He has so many Maha avatars and who actually enrich and cause. He is asking each one of us to do, to raise us into the space of Paramashiva only when we write down in our words, in the social media or in by telling, calling your friends and telling, We have now the social media where we can share with many people. That is why we are using this as a tool to experience the Paramashiva and grounding ourselves as Paramashiva. I experience this as my reality. And this is what I saw the shift in my life from what logically I was assuming things. When things started happening as I want, beyond my logic, I understood I'm not needed for my life. And such beautiful sharing experiences are there in the Kailash Courtyard Manifesting Power page. You can go and read them and how they experience consciousness as physical reality. When you start sharing all this, you also experience the highest space. And whoever reads your post also experience the same as the higher reality. Kailasha is real. Paramashiva is real. And if you see the dollar sign at the end of the chat in YouTube, you can click on it and offer your gratitude. Thank you for all of you who have offered your donation to Kailasha and holding that beautiful space. Like Bhagavan said, I want to give something, something, something to Bhagavan. Here is your chance to give something. And whatever you offer in return, you get only Kailasha in your inner space. It's not the objective world, but it's the ultimate itself as your reality. When you buy something in the outside world, you get a product or you get some material. Here you get consciousness as your reality. The more you offer your time, space, and your donations in causing others reality as Paramashiva is real, or you are offering the donation, you are building your Kailasha. The sooner you will see the physical presence of Bhagavan, as you will be closer to Bhagavan if you are building the Kailasha in your inner space. All we need to do is surrender everything and let Kailasha happen in each of our inner space. So with the deep gratitude and thanking Bhagavan, let's surrender all this powerful cognition, power manifestation at Bhagavan's lotus feet, thanking Bhagavan and thanking all of us in the Kailash Courtyard in different social media platforms. Thanking you for being here and receiving the prasada from Bhagavan today. And with a deep earning, Paramashiva is real in my thought, word, and action. Seeing everything, everyone as Paramashiva as my reality, holding that as my powerful cognition. Ending this session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you. After the next satsang or darshan, we'll see you in Kailash Courtyard for more powers. Thank you, Nithyanandam.